Okay, so some guy on the Discord for Resident Evil, they're claiming that A, you can break the armor on the armored giant, and B, someone else is claiming that you can't kill it by shooting at the chin. So let's just load up a save and test that out. Because I have infinite ammo. Let's just check audio-wise.
Oh, nothing but the finest.
Okay. Just drop a save. Leon gonna say anything to Luis? I guess not. Obviously, we don't care about this one. So it's just this guy. So, can we break the armor? Let's actually shoot with just precise weapons. It looks like no. Absolutely nothing is happening.
Where do you think you're going?
Yeah, this is just obviously not doing anything. Yeah, I don't know why you would think that the armor breaks. And I asked him, why do you think that the armor breaks? And he just said that's what happens in games. It's like, does it happen in this game? And that's when he stopped answering, because people just say stuff. Nobody ever wants to check. And they just make claims. Because the people checking aren't the ones who make claims. They're busy checking. Yeah, absolutely nothing is happening. Okay, I think I'm content with saying nothing's going on, but I'll keep shooting at him until I die, I guess. Obviously this isn't working. Alright, I'm gonna call that problem solved, I guess. So, now let's shoot his face and show that that does deal damage. I'm unsure what weapon I should be using for this.
None left.
I guess still the Magnum, right? Yeah, see how he has blood from that? I'm trying to stay focused, Luis. Oh my god. So crazy, right? Okay, he's wrong. I'm gonna add him. I think it was... Uh... I never really understand the whole I'm gonna choose to believe something and then not test it. I don't get it. It makes no sense to me. Alright. Should we just play the game then? I think something that might be fun would be just what is an easy strategy for New Game Pro? You don't have any DLC, you don't have any bonus weapons, though if you do, use them, you know, whatever. And just from there, how easy can you make the strategy? And I think you can make it pretty easy. I think Chapter 1 is pretty challenging. I think Chapter 6 is pretty challenging. And that's about it. So, I'm not going to use the expanded treasure map. I'm not going to use the bonus weapons from DLC, so Sentinel 9 and the skull thing. And I'm not going to use the bonus weapons I've earned or any of the accessories to make the game easier. I just want this to be, if you're someone who's trying to like min-max their save files, you know, can you get the trophies as quickly as possible? So you're not necessarily that great at parrying. What should you be doing? Or what is a viable strat? I know there's a lot of stuff you can do. And I remember when I first started playing, I saw parts of... I didn't watch the whole thing, because I wanted it to be mostly my setup. Neon Slice had a guide, and I know he really likes the SG-09. I kinda get it. That's the pistol that I primarily used for pistol only. But I actually don't think the SG-09 is that good unless you're really investing in it as your primary weapon. As in, you're maxing it out, you're getting the exclusive, you're getting the laser sight, you're getting everything, right? Well, on this first guy, just stand behind the desk, and after he does 2 grabs, move. But if you're not maxing it out, it's just worse than the Blacktail. If you're not maxing it out, it's just worse than the Red 9. That's a little arguable. You could prefer this for the fire rate. But until you get the exclusive, it's just not as good. And when you do get the exclusive, honestly, it's comparable. Maybe a little bit better, maybe a little worse. I just don't think that the 5x crit is something you need to devote everything to. This is why I really like the Blacktail. It just works. You don't need to get the exclusive. What makes weapons that rely on the exclusive problematic, you either need to spend your ticket, or you need to spend a lot of money getting all the other garbage upgrades that don't do anything. Anyway, enough complaining about that. First area with any real opposition. We got this guy. Hello. If you don't want to parry him, just slowly shoot every enemy until you're safe, you know. But I feel pretty good about parrying that type of attack in a very controlled environment. Because you see the guy who does the one-handed overhand swing a lot of enemies have that attack. So if you can set up a face-to-face situation like that and you know they're going to attack, you should be able to parry it most of the time. And you can practice that in Mercs. But at the same time, I'm not going to be parrying a lot because I don't think... Did I even pick that up? I don't think that that's all that beginner-friendly. I understand that parrying is hard. So we're at the village, and you got basically nothing at this point. So you got to use everything you can. And that everything you can is how can we set up knife kills. What I want to do is get as many kills as I can before entering the shotgun house. Because the number of enemies that crowd around the shotgun house is dependent on how many enemies I kill outside. I don't know the exact rule for it. Say I get like 4-ish before I go inside. That seems to be what works out for getting a real nice group. So we'll get this one. And sometimes they don't see me, but usually they do. Okay. So I want to see a guy run at me, and I shoot his legs. Okay. I guess that works too. Usually I'd want to shoot his legs until he falls as he's running, and then you basically get a free kill out of that because you can stab. Then we use this area. Keep an eye out. Time to go. Just be very cognizant there. So I'm not going to hop out the window because there are a lot of enemies there. I'm going to go this way. Now I just want to get like 1 or 2 more before progressing into the house. So if we could get a little bit of a group. Okay, perfect. End up having to heal a ton. It's totally okay. Keep an eye out for anyone up here. Good. See how we have this absolutely enormous group? That's because we got a lot of kills earlier. Good. Don't kill me, Mr. Chainsaw Man. We only have to get like 2 or 3 guys now, because we did such a good job earlier. Oh, awesome. That's it. So yeah, if you're doing good with kills at the start, you don't need to get that many. But if you're not doing good with kills at the start, you're gonna have to use a lot of shotgun. And that means getting really close, because the range on this is Garbo. Oh, I got an egg. Yeah, the range is really bad. The accuracy is really bad. Just gonna collect some treasure before moving on. I didn't get hit at all, so I'm not gonna bother with the herb up there, but if you want it, go take it. Alright, so first room, there's not really too much choice. You gotta get kills, that's it. Oh, I just realized that I didn't even use the flash grenade. I forgot. I guess it doesn't make too much of a difference, only 2-ish kills. Sometimes I use the flash to set up knife attacks. Because we're so starved for resources, like we gotta do something. But I guess I didn't even have to do that there. Okay. Now this area only has 2 enemies to care about. And I guess it's where I'll talk about my general strategy for how we're going to progress through the game. Because first area, like I said, there isn't much choice. You're getting those kills with the weapons you have. But for the rest of the game, we're going to choose what weapons are we picking, and how are we upgrading them, how much stuff are we fighting, when are we getting rockets, stuff like that. So the way I see it, the point of the pistols is for shooting, like, say there's an important enemy to kill, but you have time to do so. That's when I would use a pistol. In that situation, it's not that important if it does absolutely maximum damage. The shotgun is for knocking enemies out of the way, maybe getting a kill here or there on the elevator. Also, I shot the thing in there, just pointing that out. It's important to do that so that it's easier in Chapter 5 with Ashley, when I shot the lock from the wrong side. And rifles are boss killers and range killers. The Magnum is for particular enemies that really need to die, Krauser, and the Giant, and that's it. Magnums aren't that important. So if you didn't shoot the lock already, you can do it now from this side. But I like doing it early just so I have less to worry about when I'm in here, because I want to collect all these items. Because I don't want to deal with the brute. Like, I'm just walking away, right? There's no need to kill the brute, and if you are killing the brute, you're going to be spending a lot of resources, and there are a lot of other enemies to evade. Why not just walk away? There's no reason to engage enemies when you don't need to. Sure, they drop money, but the whole point of money is that you can buy weapons or ammo. And I know you can't directly buy ammo, but you know what I mean. You're purchasing damage. But I have damage, I have ammo on me, and I don't want to convert that to money. I want to just keep it as a damage. So basically, anytime we can, we're going to run away. That's what I'm saying. So with my general understanding of how the different weapon types function, which weapons are the best in those categories? Well, the riot gun is just statistically the best. So there's not much competition there. Then you have the bolt action versus the stingray. The bolt action is just better. It does more damage, and it has a better exclusive. It has an exclusive that does anything. And its exclusive actually matters because I'm using it for damage. So it doing double damage is actually important because I like using it on bosses. It's also a lot smaller, which in this game is pretty important. I am usually strapped for space. And as you can tell, it's the weapon I'll use the exclusive on. What about the pistols? I think you could get away with a lot of them, but I like using the blacktail. It just works. And it works well, and it works consistently. And that's really it for me. I want the gun to work well. So you see, you know, I'm moving in a fairly specific way. But if you get hit here, it's no big deal. Just heal up. It's fine. The first guy, I'm moving to the side to avoid the axe. And the second guy, I'm trying to get him in the bear trap, so I'm good. No real issue. It's not as easy as the original, where you just walk to the exit. This guy, he doesn't attack you while you're doing this. And then you get iframes as you're doing the second part. But if you want, you can stab. What weapons we're using, right? I want to use blacktail, riot gun, and base bolt action rifle. I do think there's a place for a couple other weapons, but they're a choice, and we'll see as we get to it. Chapter 2. Now, just so we're all on the same pace, we destroyed the blue medallion so far, because I want to get my 30 spinals. I say spinal. I really like spinal. I think spinel sounds bad, but I think that's the proper way to say it. Because I want the exclusive for the rifle. So if you stand right here, you don't have to parry him. He'll walk into the bear trap. One time I had it not work, and I've played this game a lot. So if it doesn't work, sorry. You do want to kill these rats. If you're having trouble with the knife, you can come back with the pistol later. Because killing all of the rats does give more spinals. So the reason why the rifle is good is it does triple damage to weak points. So that means it's awesome against bosses. There's like one boss where the rifle's not that good. It doesn't do... Like, if you actually look at the stats, not every enemy has a rifle weak point. But at least for Leon's main game, it's enough of them that it works out in the way we want it to. So I am assuming you've played the game before. I'm not going to explain every puzzle.
I'll be taking these back.
I guess I'll just do a little audio check.
Over here, stranger.
I guess I'll just do a little audio check. Yeah, we're good. Alright, great. Meeting the merchant for the first time. By the way, if you're ever like really strapped for cash, what you can do is sell the triple mixed herbs. It's actually a really good deal. You get 10,000 out of it. I don't think it's usually like super smart, you know. I do it in the speedrun for the original game, but I don't think it's necessary if you're not trying to be super fast. So I'm just gonna get the rifle here. Like I've said, it's really good, and you can get the scope and immediately sell the scope. I'm also gonna sell the small resources. I don't really need that. Small resources, you just don't need it. You just don't need it. So I'm gonna put my first save down here. I highly suggest saving right here, because the canyon, you can get blown up, and that would be bad. So here's an example of a great time to use pistol, right? One enemy that we really want to kill because she's blocking our backtracking path. So just knocking her out of the way isn't enough. So if we shoot this barrel and then wait a moment, a couple enemies will veer towards it, and that makes it a little bit easier to advance. So we got to get the key up there and then move up there. So the less... Alright, see how they're all by the barrel? Now I don't have to worry about them at all. Jump through the window. Get this guy. If you want to, you know, feel free, go grab the small key in the next room. I don't think it's worth it. I just want the flash grenade and I'm out of there. Because the faster we get up here, the less likely we are to get demolished by that man. Because he has dynamite. Oh, another thing. Make sure when you're running, Leon has the gun out. So that might mean tapping the aim button as you are running. So that... And that's why we save there. So that he's holding the gun and not the knife. Just from full, immediately dead. It's crazy. And notice I'm exiting out of the game, then click continue. Don't hit continue from the main game or load save. What you can do is load a different save and then load back to the one you do want. But, you know, whatever. As long as you're not directly going back to that checkpoint. So I have a pretty good idea where that dynamite came from. Maybe we'll shoot him this time. Oh man. Why am I not carrying the regular knife? Maybe I just have so many. See, I'm not like actually that good at the game in terms of doing stuff execution wise. I just know my way around. So yeah, if you really want, get the small key. It's on that side of the house we're entering. But I just don't see a case to be made for it being worth it. Because then there are already enemies entering this area, and I don't want to pass through the door while the enemies are here. That would be bad. I just want to leave. I can't believe it was probably that guy who blew me up. Maybe I'll just shoot him. So yeah, right here I have the knife out, right? But I want the gun out. So I just tap aim. You never want to be running with a knife, because then Leon is really slow to whip out the gun. Okay. See if we can hit the barrel. Good. You can parry him if you want, or I guess if he doesn't do anything, just shotgun. I go for this ruby. You don't have to. If you think it's too risky, I think it's fine. I've not had an issue. And you get iframes while you do the wheel, so it's actually pretty safe. Like, you know, worst comes to worst. Oh no, you get grabbed. Okay, like, whatever. You have heals, and if you're moving through an area, like you're making progress, okay, you're using your heals as a resource. It's fine. It's really a non-issue. Solution to this puzzle is left, then spin. I suppose you could spin it and then do right, but you know, then you, like, whatever. It's pretty obvious what to do. I guess you could just run past everybody here, but I figure, hey, if you wanna get some extra treasure, why not? Yeah, looks like he's dead. Whoa, that was lucky. They don't usually do that. So you'll see that I actually prioritize using herbs and eggs and stuff like that rather than heals, like the sprays, because the sprays I can send to storage and I can use them at a later date, so to speak. Whereas the herbs will be in my inventory for a long time if I don't use them. So I want the space. Get this treasure. I actually don't remember what it is. Maybe a sapphire. And get this. And there's an herb in here. Alright. Now, we can kill this guy by knocking him into a bunch of bear traps over and over and over. And then letting him walk into the explosive wire, and shooting him, and kicking him every time that happens. But, you know what else works? Just get him in one bear trap and run away. And keep your eyes to the ground. Don't walk into the bear traps yourself. Now, you might have noticed, I just crafted TMP ammo twice. Part of that is for inventory, but it's also because I will use the TMP.
Not too shabby.
For the most part, I'm crafting grenades, but I also want to craft the TMP ammo. And make sure you pick up that small key. So, this is always the same. Make sure that middle one is the pig, not a cow. So, same strategy as in Chapter 1. Just let him walk into the table twice, and then walk past. He's absolutely not a threat. This one I hold up and R1, and it goes into place. Easy peasy. Definitely not worth a save here. Most of this chapter is quite easy. I'm going to save towards the end of the chapter. By the fish farm. Because there things can go weird. So the enemy downstairs despawned. You can help the dog if you want. I usually do, but I think actually helping the dog makes the fight harder with the giant. So I'm gonna skip it. Remember, it's just a computer game. It's not actually a dog, so you don't have to feel bad. So you might be wondering, you know, I'm saying the rifle is so good, especially against bosses, and enemies don't stun in one hit unless it's from something like a shotgun. By the way, if you aim here, Leon doesn't get stunned, so just do that. A couple ways around here. If you want to go in the manhole on the right, you can do that. And if you want to take the house, which is what I'm doing, that's perfectly viable. I'm literally doing this just because it's a tiny bit faster. It's obviously safer to go underground, because then you don't have to deal with any enemies. So yeah, the TMP is not great for stuns. It's not that ammo efficient either. Really the only advantage it has is DPS. So it's good against Mendez. Because how else are you killing Mendez? His eye is on the back of his head. Now we do want to be careful to collect that snake. Because snakes are actually short on space here. I'll be back for that in a moment. So I'm going to put the rifle away. I really don't need it until the fight with the giant. Just sell some stuff, including the snake and the small resource. I absolutely don't need small resources. At least not for a long time. And we're off. Alright. Yeah, this 3 snakes will get us some more spinels. You don't have to do every merchant request. Most merchant requests are pretty easy. But some of them are hard. You don't have to do the hard ones. The merchant requests that are easy are free spinels. And you want 30 spinels. Arguably 35, which I'll talk about when we get to it. But after that, it's not that important to get money, and it's not that important to get spinels. The only reason you need money is to get weapons, and once you have the weapons you need, you don't have to worry about money. So that means don't do every spinel request. I didn't use the key up there. Just routing wise, it's a tiny bit faster for me to use it on the lake first. But you do what you want. If you want to use it up there, that's fine. So I know this looks risky. I have literally never taken damage doing this. So I think it's super safe. Just go. They won't hurt you. I don't know why, but it works. Wait for this guy. When he goes up the ladder, you can go. And then these guys, if you're really confident with parries, parry him, you know. I'll parry this guy for fun. But I'm not confident with the pitchfork parries. So I'm using the shotgun. And, you know, if you aren't confident with parries at all, just shotgun both of them. No big deal. Alright. We got a dog. And a grenade. I really like using the grenade because it also gets the birds. Okay, good. Because one of the grenades has a sapphire. One of the birds has a sapphire. One of them has a grenade. So it's really, really nice. Now, in the original game, when you go to the swamp during the night, the enemies there are refreshed. It's not like that in this game. So we can just run through and then pick up all the loot afterwards, which is what we'll do. I think we are good to go. I don't want to buy this. I buy the other one. The second case upgrade. I do stagger the saves. So that's save number 2. Now, obviously, if you're speedrunning, you don't do as much exploration, and you're not going to return back to this area. But if you're kind of just chilling, it's absolutely fine to do the extra exploration. Which is what we'll do. So I think there are like 2 viable things you can do for this. One of them is camp out like right down there, wait for the brute to show up, and then stab him in the back. And take the Velvet Blue. That's perfectly viable, you can do that. But I don't want to wait, I'm just going to run. If I see an enemy in front, I'm not confident, I will just blast them with the shotgun. Ow. Ow. That hurts so much. Alright, moving on. Alright, you have heals for a reason, it's okay. Do we want to just... Let's just go back. I made a save. Who cares? I put the saves in the spots I put them for a reason. Now, there's really no need to upgrade the shotgun. I guess you could give it like 1 upgrade if you want. I don't really see a point. It does what it needs to do without upgrades, which is knock enemies down. Otherwise, you don't need upgrades for it. So really what we're doing here, we're picking up the gas and then we're leaving, and we'll come back later. And we'll come back later to get the snakes and the fish and all the loot, which right now I don't need. I already have too much stuff in my inventory.
Shit. God damn it.
I've got 15 shotgun shells. There's no need to, you know, be super light on my resources. I'll use a lot of stuff, it's fine. So this trick I actually saw in a speed run. It was really cool. So you can untrip the mine, but it's still available to be shot at. It's awesome. No! I don't know what was going on there.
This is what I'm talking about.
Just blast him, and we gotta go up. We gotta go up here. Hug the wall so Crossbow Man has less time to see me. Now, I don't know why, but I always have the urge to parry these guys when I should just be using the shotgun. Okay, that was a misinput. I'm sorry. Skill issue right there. I don't know how to explain that. But again, you know, we have so many heals, it doesn't really matter. Like, we're fine. And I'm already carrying around too much stuff, so I'm totally fine with using the extra heal. Who cares? Like, how am I gonna store all this? I actually have a strategy, specifically for this chapter, on keeping my resources managed. So, there are a bunch of different islands. There's Chicken Island, there's the island with just a little bit of treasure, there's the island with a bunch of enemies and a key, there's the island with just a key, and there's the lakeside village, lakeside settlement where Luis was. You can go there if you want extra treasure, but I don't think it's worth it. So, we're going to visit most of those islands, but only one of them requires weapons. So, just go to that one first, and then I'll send the shotgun to storage. Easy. That way, I can do the rest of my exploration without, you know, storage troubles. Because it's actually chapter 4 where we're first able to get the second upgrade for the inventory. And I don't want to bother buying the first upgrade.
Think you can swallow me whole, huh?
There's really nothing to say about Del Lago. You throw harpoons at him. I really don't know what I can tell you for Del Lago. I can say a lot about Del Lago in the original game. But here, since you can move the boat while throwing the harpoons, there really isn't much strategy anymore. You just kind of throw the harpoons. Oh. Yikes. The scales. Though realistically, you're hitting the back. Unless he's charging.
Tough son of a bitch. I need to do something.
You can tell how far in the fight you are based on like how aggressive it is. And when Leon says, I need to do something, you're progressing. By the way, I've heard some people say that you throw it faster if you only use L1 rather than L1 R2. When you release L1, he throws. I don't know if that's true or not. It might be. If it is, I don't really notice a difference. And if there isn't, then I definitely don't notice a difference. Yeah, like there, it was better if you hit the mouth, I think, because then he won't do this quick time event. Which, for me, it didn't really make a difference, because I already have... My boat is fine. But if my boat was really low, that would be problematic. So, yeah, that's Chapter 3. Literally only one part of it is hard, is the fish farm. And otherwise it's really easy. So, next up is Chapter 4. Chapter 4, again, has, like, 2 parts that are notable, and a lot of exploration for getting loot. The way I see it, just take all the free loot and ignore the loot that's defended by monsters. So, first thing we'll do is go to the area that actually involves fighting, so I can send my shotgun to storage, and spend the rest of the chapter collecting loot. Also what? Oh, yeah. Also, there's a giant at the end of the chapter. That's, you know, why I have the rifle. It's for bosses and stuff. Okay. I don't know how much this is placebo effect, but I find ducking helps a lot to not get slapped by this guy. Who's to say if it's true? But it seems like it works. See where I tapped left trigger there? Just take the shotgun out. Because before, Leon didn't have the shotgun out, and it would have taken him a while. It's just something to be aware of that you don't have to be aware of in the original. You don't have to be aware of it in RE2 either. Or 3.
What is this place?
So,
Some kind of...
yeah, we gotta get the 2 mini keys. I take this just because there are like a couple free treasures with it. Okay. Before I forget, I don't even know if I have room actually. So maybe not. Alright, I guess first thing I'll do the shotgun area. I was gonna get the fish first. There's a big fish which gives spinels. It's a request, but I'll put away the shotgun first. So let's do this area that requires shotgun, or at least I use shotgun. Here we go. Whoa, that's crazy. A whole flash grenade. See, he's stunned. I'm just moving. I'm not, you know, worried about getting the kick. Shoot the dynamite. I didn't see you in the dark, but I have the shotgun. Okay. He's got to recover from the throw so we can run. So I always go this way, because the dynamite dude upstairs, he ends up blowing himself up most of the time. If I take this route. This one, this one, this one. This time he did not blow himself up. But he's not even facing the right direction, so what do I care? Ow. You guys are so mean. I'm good. Nah, what am I kidding? Heal. Don't be stupid. Notice I use shotgun and not the fire, because the fire would block me in as well. There we go. Great. Alright, next up we're going to Free Treasure Island, which is right over here. I try to dock the boat so I'm facing the right direction. I suppose this isn't actually an island because it's connected to where the church is. Though, gameplay-wise, it may as well be an island, right? And up here is some Alexandrite. Okay. Now the rest is just collecting stuff. There's no real requirement, you know, what order you're doing. So we're heading to that cave, and it'll have the other piece, the other key. By the way, that's the castle. Isn't that cool? Okay. Oh my gosh, we are swimming in resources. It's crazy. This is 4, 6, 7. Okay, let's put this in storage for now. Alright, next up is Chicken Island. Now, it might seem like you should sell the golden egg to the merchant, because you get a lot of money and spinels from it. However, the Salazar is allergic to golden eggs. He's allergic to all the eggs, I think. Golden eggs deal the most damage. So, with just one golden egg, you can mostly kill him. Second golden egg will finish him off, though it's not really necessary. It's not necessary at all. If you insist, you can get the other golden egg. Like, I'm not stopping you. And it's what I did first time. I used 2 golden eggs on Salazar. And maybe if it's your first time playing, you want to get both, just in case you miss. Okay. Now we gotta swing by this area where the boat crashed at the start of the chapter, because the lunker bass is over here. I don't know if I have enough room. I do. Great. Now, I'm gonna not reload the pistol, because I'm gonna be switching to the red 9 soon. I'll use the red 9 until the blacktail is available. Alright, so remember we ran away from the fish farm, the swamp? Well, now we can loot it. And take all of the beautiful items. By the way, earlier I didn't use the small key in the church. It's just so I can get the small key used down here with a little bit less backtracking. But if you used it earlier, you probably want to come back here once you get the other small key. I'll point that out when I get there, because you want that pocket watch. So I'm going to give him some stuff. Not going to give him all my stuff.
I'll buy almost anything. This is what I'm
So I have a little more space in the inventory. There's a lot of treasure we left behind here. One. There's that tree. We're looking for snakes. There's a snake. And there's another snake. Great, we'll come back for that. But first, we're gonna take this thing. By the way, if you have the expanded treasure map, feel free to use it. I'm not. I want this to be as accessible as possible. Where's the other snake? There it is. That's 2 snakes, right? Okay, good. But yeah, I think it's pretty important to get treasure early. Once you're at the end of the game and you already have everything you need, treasure's not super important. But early on like this, it is nice to get extra stuff. So yeah, here is the other small key in this little segment. So if you use the first small key in the church, then you could take this and go back by the merchant and get the brass pocket watch. But I'm just setting it up this way. There's a tiny bit less backtracking. Not a huge deal either way. The important thing here, we got the loot from this tree. We got the antique pipe from over there. And we got the 3 medallions over here, and some snakes. Oh, and the small key. It's actually quite a lot. Oh, and the piece for the spinny wheel puzzle, the hexagon. Totally forgot about that. So, I don't know what the solution is on lower difficulties. I think it's right, left, or something. I don't know. But on higher difficulties, it is right, right, left, left, up. And you mess up that puzzle, I don't know, man. Walk away. You're not getting it. So, I didn't save the dog earlier. If you save the dog, you save the dog. And he'll help you. But, I don't actually think the dog helps that much. I think it's kind of fake. But, you know, do what you gotta do. So, space-wise, we're doing, like, terribly right now. So, let's get the bigger box.
Got some rare, decent.
And then I'll get the items. It's so frustrating I have to move all this myself. Because the game doesn't do it right. Great. Okay.
Welcome.
Sell 2 of these. And I don't need the SG09 anymore. Great. To upgrade the rifle to 4.6 and get the ammo and reload upgrades. And that's what I get every time. It's just really effective. And we'll drop save number 3. Because 4.6 versus 5.3, honestly, it's comparable. And the ammo upgrades, it just is good. Because once you have 7, you have enough ammo. And once you have 2 at a time reloads, it's fast enough. You don't need any more than that. You're gonna shoot his head. And the plug is gonna pop out up as he falls. So, 1. I don't know why I'm counting. I don't actually know how many it is. You have heals. Always to the left.
You got worms too?
Sometimes you gotta run at him. Let's see. It's still up. Okay. I'm not taking the shot unless I have good vision for it. And that's it. Easy peasy.
God damn. Okay,
Just killed the giant.
let's get to that church.
You just shoot him with the rifle. Okay. Space-wise, we have too much stuff right now. Like, we have way too much. And there's a lot more that I want to carry. So yeah, you don't have to hit that extra shot, like, as he falls. You can just wait until he falls down. Like, you can see, I didn't hit all of those perfectly. So you can go for it if you want, you can wait. It's fine. Like, it's totally okay, either way. There's a snake in there, but I already have too much stuff, so I'm just moving on. There's a dog here. I shoot it. If you want to use a flash, use a flash. It's a little bit safer. There's expanded treasure in there if you want it. So, you might consider doing a save here. Actually, no, don't do a save. We saved like 5 minutes ago with the giant.
I'm here to help.
So, I think the next save you would consider is right before a cabin. There's another key over here. Okay, the way I look at it, I do the green one first. And I spin it so that part on the right is where it is. And then I line up the top parts onto the spider thing. And then I do the red. And I look for those two guys that are close together. They need to be there. Look, however you remember it, okay? Yeah, let's go. I don't know where to put any of my stuff. This is terrible. I'll discard this. I mean, all of my stuff is so valuable. I don't want to toss it.
Ashley, you in there?
So for this, I have what I think is a pretty good strategy to get through this without too much of a sweat. So first, when we get down there, we're going to wait until like 2 guys pass, and then we're just going. And then in the second area, we're really taking a long route. Just go all the way around. And then we're using the rear path in the barn to get to the cabin. So we're going to be super safe the whole time. By the way, if you're using the bolt thrower, live your life. I don't know why you would do that, but it's an option. This treasure is actually accessible much earlier. Okay, this fish is taking up all of my inventory space. I'm just gonna toss it. What do I need the extra fish for? So if you're really fast here, sometimes it doesn't work out. So I'm just gonna pop in here for a second and use the small key and get the yellow diamond. So this enemy I kill, and then we're gonna fall back. We're gonna wait for 2 more enemies to pass. So you know it's the last one when he moves weird. This one's just walking. See that one? He kind of bumps on the wall. That's how you know it's the one you want. Just be patient. Let him pass. And we're good. Door's closed. Alright.
They're coming. Get behind me.
This guy always throws. You gotta be smart at this part. Like, if you see enemies on the left, go to the right. You see them on the right, go to the left. But that dude at the end, he always does a throw. And you can just walk through the fire. As long as you're not in the fire for a long time, it won't hurt. Alright, can I toss any of my stuff? Because I have too much stuff. I guess we're good. Whatever. He doesn't have anything new. He's lying.
Sorry, we need to keep
Maybe he's talking about the bolt thrower recipes. Look, if you want to use the bolt thrower, that's on you.
Flanagan was right about the weather.
So we're dropping down here. Knife. So there are a lot of enemies in the center, and we need to get like basically to the farm. But there are so many enemies, I don't want to go there. You can just run through, and you can do it, you know. But I don't think it's safe. I think the safest thing to do is run around along the outskirts. Open the door, Leon. Jeez. So hopefully this guy doesn't see us. If he doesn't see us, I'm gonna keep walking. Come on, go up the ladder. Perfect. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with him. He doesn't really do much. But you can kill him if you want. Or blast him away with a shotgun. These guys, they will mess with you up. And you gotta be wary they don't turn into tentacles. Or do this.
You hurt?
Whatever. We're losing like 500 money on that. Who cares? So you can actually drop a save if you want. I think there's a great time to use a save right before the cabin. But if you don't drop a save, that's also fine. If you're really confident about the cabin, sure. And I feel pretty good about the cabin. At least in part because I have a lot of heals. So I just want to keep going. You see, since I shot out the lock in Chapter 1, we were able to make this so easy. Just go through the barn on the rear side and go all the way around. Absolutely no questions asked. Alright, let's go. So we're gonna plank this side, not the other ones. And just start shooting. If you see a really good group together, use grenades. If enemies are in front of you, use shotgun. You know, we gotta get through this. This is the time to use resources. We'll come back to them. There's an explosive barrel there. I would say to remember the position of that explosive barrel. So, it's nice since we have that side boarded up. We don't have to worry about it at all. You might have noticed I didn't pick up the other knife. That was intentional. Because I would like to get a random knife somewhere. Okay. There's a big resource here I'll take eventually.
Present for you.
I don't want to deal with Plaga. I just don't.
Break already.
Let's see. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, good. Anytime they fall over and don't, like, explode, and Leon doesn't say anything and they don't drop an item, you need to be ready for a Plaga. And that means stabbing them. Alright. That's, he's gonna turn into a Plaga. Oh, he didn't.
Got it.
Run, 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 run. That guy's turning into a Plaga, I can see it. Oh, I'm so bad.
Next.
I'm not messing around with the Plaga. They get rifle. He's gonna Plaga. You can see he's shaking his head, right? That's how you know. Can I... Thank you.
Damn it.
Can any of these guys give me the extra knife? Fine, I guess I just don't get the extra knife.
Alright, this one's good.
Take the wide route up the stairs. Okay, phase 2, we're gonna have dudes on the ladders. So I'm camping out the ladders.
Way's closed.
This calls for a flash. We got 2 Plaga.
Oh, sorry.
This is the time to be using resources.
Hey! Thought you might need some company. Way's closed.
Now remember, since I have so many resources, and I didn't save, I'm very willing to use lots of resources here. Okay, good. Last guy's here. Okay, we have to kill him with headshots from the rifle. Don't get hit, he'll kill you. That was annoying, getting grabbed at the end, because I didn't get a chance to pick up the large resource. A little frustrating. Usually I would be able to get the large resource. I want the large resources so I can craft flash grenades. It's not a big deal, I have enough though. But yeah, when you kill the brute, you get like a couple seconds, then it's over. And the brute is really easy to kill. Because you have the rifle.
What's gonna happen to me?
Right now. Let's just focus on getting out of here.
Yeah. Right.
Now, the reason I don't really like saving for the cabin is I like saving here.
I'm gonna catch a cold.
Welcome. Got some rare things on sale, stranger. Ooh, I'll pay a pretty penny for that. Well then, don't get yourself killed.
I'm gonna take my knife back. I really want to have an extra knife for the chainsaws, just in case. And for Mendez. Oh, I didn't actually save. I didn't actually save.
Keep moving, but quietly. Got it.
Okay.
Oh no, this is gonna mess up all of their movement. I'm used to them being in particular positions, and they won't be now. Looks like it's mostly fine.
Guess we're doing this.
Never mind. It was really bad. Just panic, I guess. Come on, Ashley. Hopefully she gets away. You can tell this is not exactly the plan. This is really bad. This is not good. Because I forgot to save. So I had to go back to save. But now, since I visited the area, the enemies are like wandering around a bit. And I am not comfortable with the different positions. We'll figure it out. It's okay. By the way, I got the flash grenade recipe here. It's on a discount. And I like flashes. So, here's the issue with this room. For one thing, you can just fight everybody and it'll work. You can just shoot the guys you want to kill with the pistol and the brute with the rifle, and it'll work. But I do try to run past. And the issue is that Ashley gets caught, like, every time. So I'm hugging the right so she doesn't walk into the bear traps. Nice. There's a 3 square gem treasure in there. I don't really think it's worth it. You can get it if you want. It's only 1 enemy. But most of my gems are round, so what am I using the 2 square for? Huh? The cats are fighting. I'm actually going to use my knife here, because I want the very weak knife to parry the chainsaws, so we're not burning like 1,000,000,000 durability. Yeah, I'm pretty lucky with Plaga. No, not really. There were a bunch of Plaga in the cabin. I just used rifle on them, because I respect that they're a threat. And I call for the big gun.
Hide.
What?
So I'm putting Ashley up here.
Okay.
And then we have to kill the chainsaw enemy on the right. I really want all these doors open beforehand, so I have an escape. So it's the chainsaw enemy on the right. Get those headshots, and stay safe.
I am flattered.
Oh my gosh, I'm so bad.
Present for you.
Oh no.
Give me a warning.
Ashley!
I keep accidentally pressing right stick, and that makes Ashley follow. And I don't want to do that. It's just so easy to press a button by accident. This is going to be the last hard part for a while. Mendez isn't going to be hard because I've been storing up TMP ammo for him. That is a little frustrating.
Give me some space.
Okay.
Come on.
No problem.
Let's go. Hug in the right side so Ashley doesn't get caught.
We're doing this.
Good.
sure is quiet.
Let's use the other knife.
Back up!
Okay.
Hide.
What?
I gotta not accidentally call Ashley. Okay, what's the one on the right?
I am flattered. What am a one-lady type of guy? Present for you. Next.
Okay, good. Totally fine. Don't care. As long as we're not getting insta-killed, who cares? Pretty lucky. And just throw like this. What the...
Come on.
I don't know how that guy was so fast. Okay, I guess we need the second flash then. By the way, the flash has to happen not while you're putting the crank in the door, or it doesn't work. And you might think that we just left Ashley behind. We kind of did, but for some reason it works. I don't really know why. There she is. Yeah, I don't know why that works.
Hurry!
And for this, shoot this guy. Ignore these.
Don't worry about them.
Let these guys group up. Then shoot these.
This way.
Thanks.
Got some new wares, stranger. Welcome. I got something new for you.
Okay.
A deal well struck.
Definitely want the knife for Mendez.
Ho-ho!
And the TMP.
You'll cut through the crowd with that right there. Come back anytime.
Little trick from Nick Apostolides here. Shoot these early. Actually does help. One shot, walk in, duck, run away.
Should have known you were one of the bugs.
And now we get to use all that TMP we saved. Yeah, I'm only using the rifle when the eye is available. If he throws one at a time, you gotta move. Then if he does two at a time, stay still. Like there. And if he picks him up really, really slowly, it's gonna be the explosives, which you have to shoot. And if he starts moving, you gotta move to the side. Right, that's really slow, so it's explosives. Oh, he's starting to move. So we can finally hit him. Same thing. Two at a time, so don't move. And that's it. Easy peasy.
Give my regards to your god.
So the difference is that in this game, when you sell weapons, you get most of the money back from the upgrades. So we can buy the TMP specifically for Mendez, and it's worth it. And that's it. That's the only time I'm using the TMP. Spam out TMP, rifle the eye. It's easy. Okay.
All right, Ashley. Luis just said.
I got it. Yes.
I have something welcome. I got something new for you. A deal well struck.
Okay.
That's
Blacktail.
an exemplary firearm right there.
Wait, what?
Not the best
Oh.
shoot, but she'll make you an
Forgot to sell the other gun.
companion.
Blacktail. Riot gun. I don't have any space for this.
Why not try your hand at a new gun, stranger? Mine's not bad. I see you
Getting the
have
broken
an eye.
butterfly for the discount.
Gun's not just about shooting.
Where am I putting all my stuff? What do I do? Maybe I combine this, combine this. Even this isn't really enough room.
Welcome. I've got something new for you, man. Welcome.
If this is still too much space...
Welcome. Where you gonna put
Okay,
this?
good.
Your pleasant travels.
Forwards a bit, and then I go. This area is really easy, which is why I don't save before it.
They keep coming.
The reason it's so easy is you can shoot the weight from in here, out here. And the cannon can't hurt Ashley.
All right. Come on.
Oh, rip that guy. Shoot the barrel.
I guess this is their idea of a warm welcome. Shit!
So Ashley always gets grabbed here, which is fine because it's a free kill.
With me!
So I'm waiting for the cannon. Go. And shoot this. Then I'm waiting for the one on the right, that one. And we're going. This guy has to die.
Ashley!
And when we're on the cannon, we're kind of good. Ashley won't get hurt from the cannon, so you can just blast everybody.
Firing again!
Getting the medallions too. While I wait for the last enemy to show up.
It's open! Go!
Alright. Just heading down here for the medallion. See? Random magnum. I mean, the thing is almost free with the discount. I've been saving over here, but I don't know if it's still a good idea. Because I haven't really had issues here for a while. More magnum? Nice.
Look at this place.
Nice work. Got some rare a deal well.
I like getting
Right
Blacktail
down
upgraded,
the sides. Got
just so it doesn't take as many shots. Dropping my 4th save. Oh, no, 5th. Yeah. You might be on track for 6. Just running directly to the thing.
Come on!
And Ashley needs to be in close follow. then running back. If you get hit, it's fine. We have heals. All these enemies despawn later, so we can loot the place then.
It's open.
I owe you one.
Leon, watch out! Think we got away? You okay?
Yeah, no sweat.
What was that? Do they keep animals down here or something?
So I've done it where I just throw a grenade to stun the Garrador, but I think it's easier to just fight him. So I'm hitting this chain to get his attention and then moving away from the chain. Well, that's bad. Get it back.
Gotcha.
Uh-oh. Skill issue. Okay. Just move around him. Be patient. Okay.
No. You were right about the animals, though. You okay?
I'm fine. Well, for now.
It's always the same.
Well, it's just a replica. Only a couple. What use?
Gold to the king. Bloody to the fighting guys. Rusted to this one. And iron to the knight.
Guess you're right.
Always a snake.
Hang on. This is the same room as before, isn't it? Guess we just circled around.
See, all those guys despawn from earlier.
About trying this yourself.
So we can safely, after doing the puzzle, get all the loot. And there's a lot of good stuff here. There's yellow herb. There's a The elegant perfume?
Leon, are you kidding me? Jumping across chandeliers, seriously, who does that?
What are you, my mother?
Why is that here? Should I do that now? Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm saving my Magnum this early. More Magnum.
Are you ready to hand over the girl?
Alright, there are an absurd number of enemies here,
I'm taking
but if we just keep moving, it should be okay.
entertainment for you. Without further ado, the gallant knight protects the princess Leia.
Just hit these guys.
Holy.
Good. Because we can get them early.
Leon, they're here.
Ah, the entertainment.
Those guys just ignore us for some reason. I find looking down sometimes makes him go in a better direction. Not always. I don't know if that's true or just, you know, placebo effect.
Let's go.
Where is Ashley?
Okay.
Flashes don't work while that animation is playing, so make sure you're being careful. Good.
Give me space.
Okay, I'll stay back.
That's fine. Did I even throw the flash? What? I'm actually not sure if I threw it or not. Okay, literally where is Ashley?
Let's go.
She's all the way down there.
Let me down.
Leon, you're stupid! Ah, I guess that still worked. Hopefully she can get up here. Yeah, the enemies aren't as aggressive if they're really far away, and that includes attacking Ashley.
You alright?
Yeah, thanks. A hidden platform?
So, we have to have her do the crank continuously. Otherwise, we're going to be fighting for a while. And flashes don't bother her when she's on the crank.
You gonna be okay?
Yeah, I got this.
This side is really easy. It's the other side that's hard. Nice crit.
Be careful.
No, 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 no. Ah. Because every time they interrupt her, it fully resets.
I've got you.
So usually I end up just having to fight everybody. It's a little annoying. Nice.
Okay, get back here.
Not too bad.
Come on.
Okay.
She's fast. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say there. Use gun, I guess.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm done with water all. Dropping a save. Okay. Shoot this. Let's get the fish and the beetle. Oh, now what? I have too much stuff. Oh well, whatever. Seems like a non-issue.
Welcome. I've got something new for you, mate.
Okay.
You're a
So that
professional.
jewel
We'll have
thief,
the all then.
the green emerald we just got, gets us enough for the ticket.
So, which
So
weapon
now,
will you be giving
rifle,
a shot?
big
Oh,
big damage.
a fine selection.
And that's really it. I feel like I shouldn't get the armor because I already have too many heals. So, I'm not going to get the armor.
You are come back anytime.
Whatever. Let's keep going. So just like the original, all we need to do here is kill the red zealot, get the key. And it's basically the same setup. Use a flash and go pow pow. Alright, we got the exclusive for the rifle, specifically for him. And other bosses.
Don't mind me.
And you go boop,
Sorry to interrupt.
boop, boop. And that's it.
Last person I thought I'd run to here.
Left to the right, down,
That
left.
should do it.
Wait, left to the right. Whatever.
All right.
Put the things in the right spot.
Oh, great.
Another key here. Riot gun is good. Does exactly what it needs to do.
Stench of battle.
She said meeting.
Like I said, I really don't mind taking too much damage here because I'm carrying too many heals. Hello. Alright, let's wait for him to throw. Then I'll go.
Yes. Can't. Hope it works.
Last time we'll see one of these small key containers. Cover behind the cannon.
Get ready.
And go. Bada bing.
Adios.
Bada boom. Preferably you get one of the shield guys.
All right. Open for
I
traffic.
got 0 shield guys. You could just shoot again though. You know, kill the dude up there, use the cannon another time. This works too.
Sorry. I've had my fill of guys. Ashley, where are you?
So I think I'll save, and I'll get back to this in a bit.
Can't believe that guy.
He's in trouble. We can't just leave him, right?